This is your daily stimulus check update and stimulus news update as of Thursday, November 26th. I hope you're having a nice day so far. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Thank you so much to all of you for the nice messages that you left on my video this morning. But I thought it would be fun to bring a little co-host onto the show today. This is Tom. Tom is happy and excited to be here. As you can probably guess, Tom is thrilled to still be around today. You know what I mean. But either way, I'll put Tom down so I can get to my notes and talk about the content of the video. But hey, really quickly, if you didn't check out my video earlier from this morning, I talked about free $40 that you can grab for free. So check out that video. It's a really short, just 3-minute video talking about how you can grab 40 bucks literally for just free. So check out that video, and I hope that helps out a lot of you. I know a lot of you left a lot of really nice comments on that video, so thank you so much for all of that. I really do appreciate it, and let's get right into the content. But again, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a very nice and safe day so far. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt. Please be sure you are subscribed by hitting that button down below. All right, let's get into the content. And even though today is a holiday, guess what? We still have updates on stimulus, which is actually really good considering, you know, these people could have just disappeared and not talked at all. There couldn't be any interviews or statements, but the fact that they're still talking about stimulus is actually pretty good considering it's a holiday and Congress is on recess, but you know what? They're still talking about it. In other words, they haven't completely forgotten about us, even though, you know, they've made it a little bit clear that they kind of have forgotten about us. But either way, let's get into the notes. So, Peter Navarro, who is the White House trade advisor, was out urging Congress to come together and pass COVID relief legislation. At the same time, he has asked Congress to put aside their differences and come together on a stimulus package. This is amazing. The reason this is so good, Peter Navarro, like I said, he's the White House trade advisor. Now, why is this important? This guy reports to President Trump directly. He advises President Trump. Now, what do I mean by that? You know, President Trump is surrounded by multiple different advisors. So this guy reports directly to President Trump. Now, that's important because he is in an influential role in the White House. So with this guy coming out urging Congress to come together, I know a lot of people might think, well, that doesn't really matter. But at the same time, it actually is very important and influential because he's advising President Trump directly. So he actually plays a very influential role. Now, another thing, him, along with so many other of us, like all of us here on YouTube, me included, I've talked about this multiple different times in multiple videos, which is he's referring to literally the disaster coming at the end of the year if we don't get additional stimulus. What do I mean by the disaster? Well, let me name a few. I've talked about this in other videos, but let me name a few. The expiration of the eviction ban, the expiration of the unemployment extension benefits, the expiration of the unemployment benefits for those who are self-employed, the lack of stimulus checks, the expiration of student loan deferrals. I mean, there are so many things ending at the end of the year. That's just a handful. There are so many things ending at the end of the year. If we don't get an extension or more stimulus, it's going to be really bad when January comes around. And a lot of people are starting to recognize, like, hey, we're running out of time. We're at the end of November right now. We only have a few more weeks that Congress will technically be in session before they hit the road again for the holidays once again. So, I mean, it is down to the wire. They need to do something no matter what happens, whether Congress is there or not. They only have about a month before the end of the year before things are going to get potentially really bad. So they certainly need to come together and pass something. And a lot of these officials are starting to look at it and think, you know what? This is getting to be really critical. We certainly do need relief. So at the same time, Peter Navarro, in this interview, he went on to say that he's focusing on 3 major components that lawmakers need to focus on, and that is an extension or another round of PPP benefits. That is for small businesses that they can go and get these loans that will potentially be forgiven if it's done right. In other words, if all these states are going to continue with all these restrictions and stay-at-home orders, lockdowns, and forcing small businesses to close like gyms and pools and theaters and restaurants, all of this stuff, if they're forcing them to close, he's citing that we need another round of PPP. Otherwise, we're going to lose tons and tons of small businesses, even more than we already lost so far this year. So it's very important to get this. At the same time, he's also encouraging another round of $1,200 stimulus checks. Remember, we got those, whatever, back at whatever point whenever people received them throughout the year. But he's citing that $1,200 stimulus check actually helped out a lot of people bridge the gap. And once again, we need another $1,200 stimulus check to bridge the gap once again. Well, as many of us can probably agree, that bridge is continuing to get further and further. That gap continues to get bigger and bigger, and we need a bigger bridge, aka we need a bigger stimulus check. But you know what? I think all of us at this point would probably agree that even just $1,200 would help, even though we need significantly more than that. So it's important. So either way, he's calling for another $1,200 stimulus check right away. At the same time, he's calling for additional unemployment benefits to be extended once again, because all of those benefits, not all of them, but a lot of those benefits are going to be expiring at the end of this year, like I said. And if we don't get an extension, like I've been saying in so many of my videos, there's going to be tons and tons of people that'll just immediately lose benefits at the end of the year. Mostly those of people who are receiving those self-employment benefits are the benefits who are self-employed. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on at the end of the year, and Congress really has their back against the wall right now. They absolutely need to do something. If not, it's going to be like absolutely ridiculous. Another thing here that I want to talk about too is the longer that they continue to wait, the longer that they continue to push this out with no additional stimulus for the American people, for small businesses, for everything going on right now, rental relief, eviction ban, all of this business going on, food relief, food assistance, all of this. If the longer that they push this out and don't offer anything, the worse that the situation is going to get for so many people. So they're starting to see the urgency of this. Honestly, I don't know what took them so long. All of this should have been approved and sent out months and months ago. But the fact that, we're running out of time here. Literally, the end of the year is coming. We're running out of time. And they're starting to recognize that, hey, we need to get something done ASAP. Otherwise, we could be in a really, really bad situation come early next year, especially with those eviction ban expiring. That could be a really bad situation on top of everything else. I mean, that would just be like the icing on the cake. Like, okay, let's not help everybody out financially, but yet let's just kick everybody out of their house. That's just not even a cool thing to do at all. But like I've been saying in some of my videos lately too, watch on the state level. We're starting to see states come out and offer stimulus and relief on the state level. I've been saying that in my last few videos. Keep an eye on states. Maybe your state will come out with some kind of relief for you, whether it's rental relief, a stimulus check of some kind. Just continue watching this. Of course, I'll continue watching it as well. But that's about what we have as today. It's nice that we have some type of relief, even on a holiday, but that's what we have, and I'll leave it there. But otherwise, I will catch you again tomorrow. Tom says, hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out that video that I uploaded earlier today to grab that $40 for free. Super easy. But either way, thanks everybody. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Tom says, signing out. See you tomorrow.